Oh, no. Come on. Come on. Oh, no. No. Stop it. Stop. Did you know that there's some really wacky American car companies out there that put things like V10s inside of trucks? That's completely counterintuitive. Make a big heavy vehicle and then want to make a performance with something like a V10. That's crazy. Why? Well, that's what we're going to do today. So to do this, we are going to go steel and ladder. We're not going to go monocoque for this one, even if we are going for 2015. Then more steel, then front longitudinal for that four-wheel drive goodness. What do we go for here? I think we might go a double wishbone in the front, and then a solid axle leaf in the rear. Oh, goodness gracious, this thing is going to be crazy. Now, do we go with a V8 or a V10? I kind of want to go a V10. Also, a V8's cheap. You know what? No, we are going to go a V10. Okay. Well, it'll be like the Corvette's V10 that also came from a truck because it's 90 degrees as opposed to the 72 point whatever degrees that it actually wants to be. Then, yes, cast iron, push rod, because, I mean, isn't it? And then more cast. You know what? Actually, they might have aluminium heads. I don't know. You know what? Actually, let's completely replicate the engine. So it's based on the Magnum 5.9. So here we go. The 5.9. Apparently, it's the same bore, but a different stroke. That's a big engine. And the stroke went from 90.9 to 98.6. Oh my god, this is a big engine. And all we have to do is aim for basically 300 kilowatts, which would be easy with an engine like this. God damn. Though I still don't know what sort of heads it has, I'm going to assume that yes, it is actually, as a matter of fact, a single push rod. Then cast iron. They're probably going to pull to bits with such a long stroke though. I get the feeling that that won't quite survive. Then the cam profile is probably going to stay quite lumpy, so we're going to try to make the power around that. No variable valve timing. We'll leave the compression for now. No turbochargers on such an engine. And it's probably going to be a multi-point. That looks like a twin, so we're going to go with a twin and then a standard, or maybe a performance, or maybe a race. No, okay, so it is going to be just a standard then. Though it was a lot less three-dimensional over there. Then it's probably going to take a more premium type fuel because it is actually somewhere between a muscle and a super. I wouldn't really call it a sports car. And it's America, so we're going to make it run a little bit richer because why not? Now, what RPM does it reach its maximum power? 4,600 RPM and 3,600 RPM. So the RPM limit there is about right. I wish I could see more about this engine. Does it have a log-style exhaust? It probably doesn't. It probably has shortcast, even if I want to poo-poo on their decisions, but okay. The exhaust probably doesn't need to be that big, considering it won't have much RPM. Then we are going to go with more performance-orientated. You know what? Actually, no. They probably just took some standard catalytic converters from another car, so we're going to go with something like that. Our RPM power band is a little bit high, so let's raise this to a 3.5. Oh, goodness gracious. This thing wants a lot. Let's bring this cam profile down quite a bit, and it needs to be somewhere around 300 kilowatts. Okay, we've actually gotten really close. We have a buttload more torque at about the same sort of 3,700, and I've got it at 3, so they wanted the kind of peak torque to be about here, but I am still creating way too much more torque, like 70 more Newton meters of torque. And then for the power, we're generating just a little bit more power than what the basic one generated, but I think that's within the standard deviation of what you would expect for this sort of engine. Let's go ahead and give this the right sort of valve cover. There. That's about as Dodge Vipery as I think I can actually do with this particular engine, and we're now going to move over. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's give this V10 a bit of a listen, shall we? It really sounds as if it wants to rev a lot higher, but there's just no power beyond there. Kind of sounds like it has no real muffler on it. That actually sounds good. Okay, what does ours sound like? Nope, sounds nothing like. God damn it. All right, let's go ahead and stick no muffler on there. Still doesn't sound anything. God damn it. Well, poop. There's not much we could do there, apparently. Now, which body I want to choose a dual cab ute. And this is one of the new bodies, so it's got this weird thing on the back. But it is, in fact, if you look really closely, a 4-door. Just a bit of a heads up, I just switched over to 60 frames a second. Tell me if it is better or worse in your opinion. Anyway, we're going to move on. So this was catching my eye because it always had this thing on the back here, which I wanted to really have a bit of a play with. And it doesn't, I'm not sure if they haven't quite finished it or if that was actually intentional to have a bit of a separation there. I don't know. I don't know a lot of this sort of design of vehicle, but let's move on. So we're not going to go all-wheel drive. We're not going to go rear-wheel drive. We're actually going to go full-wheel drive because that's what this behaste is meant to be like. And in here, we're going to stick in an advanced automatic. I know. I always hate 9-speed just because I want to. There's no reason to. The thing has such low-end torque that 9-speed is going to do absolutely nothing for me. I just want it. Because. That's it, just because. Then, yes, this will be the fully decked out version with manual lockers that you can engage on your own. Then radial, chunky off-road, big tires. You know what, actually, it doesn't need really big tires, considering that this vehicle is going to weigh 1 metric buttload. Then I would suggest alloy wheels. Yes, very much so. Vented discs on the front, probably something like a 3-piston, then vented, probably 2-piston on the rear. I don't know how much this car weighs yet, though I'm guessing it's a lot considering that I picked the 3.8 meter long vehicle. God damn, this wouldn't even fit in most people's garages. It's so goddamn long here in Australia. Oh boy. Do off-road skid trays actually do anything? But whatever, we're gonna have one anyway. Brake airflow, yeah, no, mate, a little bit. There, 1 brake airflow. Our seats, that looks about right. Then we're gonna go with, you know what? I don't think they put a lot of effort into the rear seats, so we are going to down this to basic rear seats and then regular front seats, and they're going to be premium. Then a standard infotainment, hydraulic, ABS, standard zero safety, probably standard springs, probably gas monotube, and then off-road. Woo! Over here, we'll also select off-road. But because this thing looks dorkishly tall, we are, gonna bring this back down again at least a little bit. 4-wheel drive and it suffers from wheel spin? Oh my god, you know what, it's probably the massive amounts of extra gears that I have. You know, this is stupid. Do I want a 9-speed? Probably not. Let's go with a 6-speed. A little bit more real. Oh god, that's not fixing anything. There we go, a 5-speed is helping it. Yowza. Let's make these bigger. And we are gonna set this a little over to the sportier side compared to drivability. And now we can have a 6-speed to help with that like first to second gear, which help with the first gear in title. 8 seconds. Hold on, how much does this weigh? All right, are you ready for this? The weight is only 2,600 kilos. Huh. I was kind of expecting a little bit more than that, really. Well, this one's going to be a little bit of a beach mobile, I think, because I saw the blue and I was like, that's what I want. All right, let's go ahead and make this thing try to resemble something that looks good. I'm not good at trucks, am I? Now, here's the big question with this vehicle. The one that everybody is wondering, will this ever fit anything? Make it bigger? No, it will never fit anything. This one never works with any vehicle. Why is it here? Why does it exist? It is stupid. I don't like this headlight. This headlight's pretty bad. So I've noticed this one little pinhole here, and you're like, what's that poking through? Well, nothing. Nothing is actually poking through there. That's just a glitch. Now, we're going to want to put something underneath here. The last time I did this, what I ended up doing was going with a lip and then putting it on back to front. So I got something like this, went like that, and then just had it on the front and made it metal. That was basically all I did. Unfortunately, that doesn't quite work on this one, so we're going to have to figure out something a little bit different. I hate everything about this. All right, back to the drawing board. I suppose we could go for something a little bit more like this. What I was hoping to do was cover up the fact that the bumper comes all the way up here But I can't. It doesn't work. It's stupid. Now just hang with me. I do have a bit of an idea of what I want to do. So what we've got here is a lot of cutaways. I'm going to try to do something a little bit similar to that, except I don't know if mine will work quite as well as theirs. Probably not. Okay, there, step 1. This is going to be quite time-consuming. So here's the question, do I leave it chrome, or do I switch this maybe to, like, the inline part to the plastic? Let's give both a try. So now all of the inset is this plasticky color, but I don't know if that has helped the whole idea. I had a bit of an idea just now. Give me a second. So I spent a really long time trying to create this like a really cool bull bumper kind of looking under tray skid thing. And you know what? I think it looks pretty trash. Yeah, but I'm gonna keep it anyway, because, oh, you know what I could have done? I could have used 3D objects. What the hell are these things now? Some sort of suspension swing arm thing? And then I think you're meant to be able to create your own exhaust pipes by the look of it, which I'm sure if you really wanted to. Or maybe this is something to do with roll cages? I'm so confused. But then we've got more suspension-looking parts? What the heck? Anyway. I think I really could have used this instead now that I have brain. But I spent a really long time in this and I don't care enough. I hate it. You're not my real mom. Let's try putting some good wheels on this so then maybe it'll distract me from my devastating decisions in life. Oh, come on. Show me some good truck tires. Something maybe like that? No, not really. That? Also don't think so. You know what? I've used these before, but I still really like these wheels, so I'm gonna use them again on this one. You know what? I've made it all plastic in there now, just because I think that works a little bit better. And as you can see here, right on the edge of the screen, because, you know, screw it, whatever. Okay, there we go. Right here, it is inset, which is kind of what I wanted. And it looks a little bit chunky with the fact that I've layered it a little bit. You know what? Now it's in plastic, I like it a lot more. It actually looks a lot better now. The question is, would I buy it? Hell no. I think it's hideous. Alright, American number plate time. That'll do. Alright, let's stick on some extra things like indicators and things that help you with the whole not getting arrested for an illegal car thing. You know, just the basics. I think I might get something chunky like this. Stretch it out, narrow it up a little bit, bring that back, stretch that out, move it around, touch your toes. You know what, that'll do. Then we're gonna make this the same color, and then we're about to stick some lights in there, but what light do we want to stick in there is the question. Maybe, you know, something like this. A little bit, there we go, a square one, or a different square one. You know what, we're gonna go this different square one. There, that'll do. I think, maybe, but probably not. I hate all of this. So, can we stick a big chunky indicator there, maybe? Oh, more badges. We're gonna go with this one, though. A big eagle-looking mother trucker. And unfortunately, it's really small and sticks behind the grill. There we go. Is the weight the worth? Shut up. I have spent a literal butt ton of time on the front, and I still hate it. You know what you can do, actually? Is not look at it. There you go, problem solved! See? I'm nothing if not a problem solver. Now, for the taillights. The thing that I hate the absolute most, because I have no frickin' idea how to make them look good. Oh. This has got very basic, boring lights. But what about the rest of it? There is some definition lines here, some badges, and it's mostly the bumper where you get a lot of the details, so I think we'll try to replicate that. Yeah, I wasn't gonna get this a part of the Tanner brand, but I just really like this vent styling that I got. Maybe nah, I'm not gonna call this a Tanner. This is gonna be its own thing. It's gonna be of a different company. It's gonna be a competitor to the Tanner brand. And we are gonna get a truck and a muscle car out of this, and probably also a family car out of this whole fiasco that I'm trying to start up here. Currently, I don't know how much I do or don't like this. Oh yeah, the taillights. The thing that I was trying to avoid. Alright, let's try something maybe here. I think this time we're gonna stick with the painted bumper. No, we are gonna put on a different bumper maybe. No, we're not. We are actually, yeah, I don't know. Wow, that looks atrocious. Why have I done this? What the hell? I haven't even got to the headlight section. This is taking forever. Well, I think I've done an okay job so far. I mean, maybe I'll put a bit of a sill along here, but it's going to be really difficult because I'm dealing with an edge which doesn't want to have anything on it. I just keep putting more details on, and I don't like it anymore. You know what? Actually, no. You know what? I do like these little ripple things here, but it's still not what I want. How do I make what I want? What am I doing? Why is the longest time I've ever spent designing a car on a truck, which I don't even really particularly like trucks. I mean, I don't hate them, but I prefer cars. Well, now that I've flared it out a little bit, I do have to fix the lights a little bit, but I like that. That makes it look a lot better. Now I can live with it. Oh, we also do have to still deal with this massive wheel spin issue that we seem to have somehow. That's, yeah, quite crazy. Like, this thing doesn't have ginormous amounts of power, but yet somehow, with four-wheel drive and lockers, this thing still has 16% wheel spin. I mean, alright, let's have a look at what happens if we go semi-slicks. That only halves it? God, this thing is going to be a wheel-spinning monster. This is going to be absolutely insane. How would anybody be able to control this? You know what, actually, now I like this bodyline. This bodyline looks a lot better. You know what I've been putting off, though? Well, that would be putting on the taillights, because none of these, absolutely none of them, are going to work here. Yeah. You know what? Maybe this retro style isn't actually as bad as I thought. Kind of actually, it's, yeah, kind of funky and kind of cool. It goes with the general feel of this 80s roll bar that's kind of on here. The modern version of an 80s roll bar. Now, I don't think we're going to have exhaust come out the back. I really kind of want to have them, though this is illegal, at least in Australia, we're going to have them poke down here. Now, I know I overuse these a lot, but I like to think that a lot of people that are using this are going to be going to the beach. So, yeah, you're probably going to have some sort of step on the side, and then the exhaust would go on underneath it, probably. I do like these, so I'm going to use it, but I'm going to augment it just a little bit. Wait, there was more? What the hell? Oh, they have to be exhausts. There's no way they're not. There we go. Big ass exhaust. You know what? We want this to be even bigger. There we go. Nice. That is what we like to see, and we can roll coal out of this bad boy too. Finally, the sort of thing... you know what I would like, though? Is kind of like a perforated exhaust-looking thing. Fortunately, it doesn't look like they have it, and I wouldn't know how to make it in this game currently as it sits. Oh, that's a really big sunroof. Now, do you think that if I turn the window transparency, that it's also going to affect the sunroof? Damn it, it doesn't. Oh, there's lock and unlock. What? Okay, it's apparently been moved up here. They still haven't added seats either, so let's continue on with adding some seats. Now, I really do want some sporty seats, but there's not really a whole lot of options here. There's like a race bucket seat, which we're not going to have. This, which is more of a 70s kind of design. Some basic car sort of things that you would find in some sort of Chinese car, like the Cherry that we used to get here. And then these cars, these seats. So, sure. I wanted sportier, but I mean, what can you do? Okay, now, seat color choosing time. We've got a lovely blue on the outside. Do we just stick with a black on the inside? I don't think so. I think we will go with something a little bit different. Maybe like an Alcantara black? Maybe it's a little too black. Not a whole lot of what we want here. I suppose we'll have to go with using something like Adobe Color. And this is a tool which I learned at university. Very handy, though it has changed quite a bit since the last time I was here. This will be the main color over here. It's something like that, correct? Yeah, that looks about right. So monochromatic, no. There we go. So we could go a hot pink or a yellow. Maybe complementary. Oh, here we go. Okay, so like a rusty kind of orangey kind of color. Let's add a new global color. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go with that. Do I like it? Yeah, it's alright actually. Yeah, I think that works. I have spent so much time on a truck. I still want a bit of a skid tray actually. There. I think that kind of works. A little bit hard to tell. I'm not an expert on trucks. What do you guys think? I think, it's interesting. I think I am happy to say that this is done? Maybe? Ugh, I hate this. There we go. I like that a little bit more. How does that look? Does that fit our design brief? Why is it sitting so far out? Let's try two-dimensional. Fit right in there. I think with a little bit of tweaking, yes, we have made something that doesn't look quite trash. I think that's good, though it does take away from the beach vibe. That, though, I'm not too concerned with. You know what? I think it still kind of works. It's just a little less beachy now. I'm going to call this the Mueller brand. And this is going to be my new competition brand that'll go against the grain and try to take on a more classy, sporty kind of upper market away from my Tanner brand. So this is going to be the Mueller Kahuna. I do think this is actually... Now that I've got it all together and this bumper bar has helped it a little bit, I think I've created a car that I'm actually a little bit proud of. What do you guys think? Am I blind? Am I not seeing how ugly this is? Have I been staring at it for too long since it's been about 2 hours of me designing this? Oh dear God, please just take me now. Oh, you know what? There is one thing I want to try. Please, keep the hate to a minimum. There, what do you think? Does it yes? I think it yeses. I think that, from me, gets a pretty good yes. I will now fix the door cards, kind of, and then we will go over to BeamNG. There we go. And we're on a beach too. This is exactly where I intended this vehicle to exist. Why is there a hole in the side of... And why is it the size and shape of an indicator just not in the right place? What the heck? Well... whatever. Just ignore it. You know, much like I'm about to do. So, oh my goodness, this thing goes. Oh, have we just lost the entire front end, which we spent a ginormous amount of time on? Yes, we have. Oh, bugger. Oh, well, it's fine. We can still drive this V10 four-wheel drive beast around. What does it sound like? You know, not that cool. Okay, what about from first person? No, it still sounds like balls. I am not a fan. So, yeah, I don't think this thing is going to be a track monster. And once all of the front stuff just falls off as if it's nothing to the truck, it's like, oh, I can forget you. I wish there was some sort of setting I could set where it says, these things are perma, they do not come off. Like, the only thing that wouldn't be perma and could come off would be the exhaust and the side step. Maybe a door handle if you hit it hard enough. The mirrors could come off, but the rest is kind of actually just a part of the bumper. But I suppose there's just no getting around the automation to BeamNG exporting issues. Wait, are these tires like really, really shiny? Why? Why are they so shiny? I have to change that. That is actually really bad. Oh dear, maybe we'll fix that and come back and we'll send it around a racetrack. But for now, we're just gonna give it a little bit of a test of its off-road ability. It's doing pretty well. I wanted to turn left and it just didn't want to. Can we go up here, or is this bushland impervious? Yep, that bushland right there is impervious. It is actually a thick wall. Okay, is there an area through here we can go? Well, it seems that this thing is actually really good at getting traction. Oh, as I say that. Thanks, game. Way to show me up. All right, let's go some lockers here. Go into low range and creepy crawl up there. How's it going now? Oh, so much better. If that wasn't a solid wall, this would be amazing. Ah, natural habitat on the beach. Because I don't think this is much of a rock crawler. But how about a cliff? Oh yeah! Lock those diffs. We're going to leave it in high range for now. And we're going to see just how well this thing can creepy crawl up a hill. Oh, all of that lag. Okay, no, that's fine. You know, I'm not even flooring it. This thing is just still pumping up this hill as if it's absolutely nothing. As just constant body parts are falling off as this thing is trying to get up here. You know what? I don't think I've ever had quite a good off-roading kind of vehicle. This one is doing amazingly, and it's still going. And I'm still not even flooring it. I've got it like a 75. Oh, it's overheating. Oh no. I mean, I kind of understand that it would overheat, but I suppose I just wasn't expecting it. Do we floor it now, or do we go into low range or something? Well, I'm gonna floor it. Floor it! Floor it! It's not, no, it just doesn't have the traction, especially with the head gasket damage, and this thing is smoking more than Hugh Hefner's jacket. Ah! Oh, no! Come on, come on! Oh, no! No! Stop it! Stop! Stop! No, listen to me! I said stop! Ah! Oh, well, we've gone. Oh, we've gone! I was expecting to hate this car, but you know what? I don't. I suppose we all want to know what this thing does around the automation test track? Well, let's give it a good hot try. I can see the engine getting hotter as we just sit there like, what is it? A brake stall? Whatever, like when you try to brake standing? Whatever, the thing where you do it with the... I'm not much of an automatic person. I don't like automatics. I've tried not to have automatics in my life. But that thing where you... Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, you just really heated up the engine. That's all I wanted to say. Stop looking at me weird. Don't do that. All right, and do we... Yeah, I suppose we did need to slow down a little bit. Wow. The suspension is actually surprisingly stiff. I did set it to off-road. I really kind of thought that that would give it a really squishy suspension, but I get the feeling this has less body roll than that car that we had yesterday, the minivan with the XJ220 engine in it. No, come on! Oh, you know what? It's still handling quite well. I think if we track true, which it looks like we are, yes, we're going to take this all the way to the end. It looks like the step has become a little dislodged, might be the word. It's weird because the step is actually a part of the bumper. It would kind of just meld, bend, and break, not do what it did. Oh no! Okay, one thing I've learned is you cannot steer whilst you're about to hit a wall, otherwise that bends the steering. So I lifted the steering there and went straight a little bit, which hurt my ability to corner the way I wanted, but it was already going into the wall, so I may as well save the steering and allow it to actually just hit it. I could get a little bit of a faster time if I was to go back and do it again, but I don't really think there's a whole lot of a point here. This thing is not a track beast, and... oh... Fine, alright, we'll go around again. Wow. We're taking it at like 170-ish. I could have done a little bit faster. That's actually pretty impressive for a vehicle quite like this. No downforce, really heavy, really long, four-wheel drive, just causing a whole bunch of different issues. Maybe I should have disconnected the front drive shaft, maybe? I think, you know what? We're gonna quickly just turn on the rear lockers here. just in case that helps us turn around just a little bit extra than normal. And brake here between the 100 and the 50. Did I brake late again? Yeah, okay, so a little bit more towards the 100 side there is where you want to brake for that thing. And floor it. Come on, baby. Yes. Oh my god, it jiggles back and forth really horrendously if I control it like I do a normal car, which is with a controller you kind of flick it to, you know, what would you call it? Oscillate it until you get the right sort of steering that you want. I mean, it's really not that great. But that's where really having a steering wheel set up actually helps a lot. And it really does, really truly does affect your lap times. So if you're wanting to go a lot faster, it's expensive, but one of the best ways to do it is to actually get yourself a steering wheel setup. There's no real competition there between the two. It knocks off at least 3 seconds for me between a controller and non-controller in just a 2-minute lap. And we come across the line with a fairly clean lap at a 2:46.252. Well, I'm going to weigh this now because I just wanna know. Ah! Oh dear. And it weighs 3.2 tons. That is pretty hefty. What was it like? It was considerably less. I know it was less than that when I was in automation. That is genuinely a fat and heavy car. The fact that it did a sub 3-minute lap is actually impressive with how heavy this truck is. I keep calling it a car. I'm just gonna call everything a car. From now on, I'm just gonna call them cars. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I'll catch you next time when maybe we do some more crazy stuff. Oh, you know what? Before we go, I would like to ask you guys a bit of a question regarding my content. I put in a lot of meandering stuff where it kind of has a little bit more of the human aspect, a little bit more focused on me, a little bit less focused on the car. What do you guys think of that? Should I edit down to a much quicker where it's a little bit more about the car and my reaction to the car? Is there anything you would like to see, would like me to improve? In the meantime, I really do want to thank the massive amount of subscribers, which was about 100 more subscribers that came over from Twin Turbo's collaboration video that we did together. I'm gonna stop playing with this plastic here. It has done wonders for me. If you like my stuff and you're not subscribed, and maybe you are or are not from Twin Turbos, I would like to ask you to subscribe. But yes, thank you very much. I'll catch you guys next time. Bye!